We'll drive southeast of Sioux Falls and you're going to find Good Earth State Park at Blood Run.
In its early days, the area was a gathering place and a trading center for thousands of Native Americans.
Now, a state park, employees and volunteers are working to restore and preserve the original nature of that area.
In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Renee Ortiz takes us to the Good Earth State Park to see how the land has changed and continues to evolve.
This one-time trading post was dedicated as a state park in 2013.
The city dwellers, a great access to nature right at their doorstep.
Nearly a decade later, there's even more nature to explore. Jim Henning has been the park manager since day one and says Good Earth is a working project.
Before that, most of the area that the park encompasses was in agricultural production at one time.
The state park stretches 650 acres. More than a third of that land was used for farming. Those fields are now covered with 30 to 50 different species of native grasses and plants.
We're not just on a whim building the prairie, we're reestablishing the ecosystems that were in this place.
The area of the park is home to an array of pollinators like bees, butterflies, birds, and insects, which naturally pollinate the grasses. Park management at Good Earth State Park manages an array of ecosystems, from prairie grasslands to forests to even down by the river.
One of the added benefits to that is it really provides good wildlife habitat. We've seen a real increase in the return of wildlife to this area.
Over time, left unchecked or unmanaged, the native grass will fade away. So that does require us to do a few things with it.
Jason Bauman is the district park manager for the area. He and Henning work alongside to manage the prairie and wooded area, which is vital for its survival. Managing the area comes in many forms, including burning the grasses and grazing, which helps these grasses grow back bigger and healthier than before.
Native grass needs a disturbance, and it's evolved over thousands of years to require this disturbance, and it's something that we have to do over time.
Along with work on the prairie, management has also turned more than half of the land at Good Earth into woodland. They've planted thousands of trees, including 15 different species, which has brought more than 190 species of birds to the area. But the area needs constant management to contain invasive species, and that help comes from volunteers and donations.
We have a volunteer corps that's very passionate about our parks, about the natural resource, and they donate a lot of time, a lot of sweat equity into these parks, and they help us manage it.
Along with the reconstruction, Henning has spent years researching the area.
This area, where it's right along the Big Sioux River and kind of in addition to Blood Run National Historic Landmark over on the Iowa side, this area was home to as many as 10,000 Native peoples at one time.
He says that history is one of the main reasons this is now a state park.
The tribes that are descendant of the people that lived here are the Omaha, Ponca, Iowa, and Oto people. They were farmers, they were fishermen and tradespeople. This was a very important trade hub at that time.
And why workers at Good Earth continue to work every day to preserve it.
I think of myself primarily as a caretaker of the land. We're going to come out and try to do right by the land, and I think if you do right by the land, you do right by everybody, everything.
I like creating moments for people, if that makes sense. After all our hard work going through and seeing the people enjoy it, they're creating memories that they'll carry with them for their life, and it's something special that for me and probably for all state park employees, and that's why we do it. It's for the people and for the natural resource.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Renee Ortiz.
Good Earth at sunset is still one of my favorite sites in Sioux Falls. Yes, the park is open year-round. You can go to the visitor center 6 days a week.